Hey, it's Sunday night, the end of a weekend. Who's already there? My funny sign left a comment an hour ago. Shieldsy left one 15 minutes ago. Back from the land of back pain. And Mega Leech as well. Hello. I kind of feel like I'm probably going to end up ranting a bit about the absolute pieces of shit at those protests. But, we'll see. And Raiders, hello to you as well. Yeah. Oh, and the comment the Mofo sign left about an hour ago. I just want to correct you when you said Rebel News Guy's latest YouTube post. Rebel News is actually a fascist propaganda outlet, and I assume you're talking about Little Avi, wife beater, friend of Nazis with disturbing predilection for accosting school children. Just very troubling. So I think it's very important to highlight those actual facts anytime mentioning those people. Shieldsy, you are still here. Hello. And no, I have not seen anything he posts because I fucking ignore people like that. I used to make YouTube videos about them, but it's just, I don't know, came to the decision a while ago that way lies madness. And, I'm mad as it is. So I don't need additional things to push me off the edge. Shieldsy, you want to do Angry Bunch? We can do Angry Bunch. So what's that, Raiders? They tried pulling the Antifa-rated Capitol shit down here. Yes. Yes, these people are absolutely disconnected from reality. In fact, they actively work to sort of get rid of the idea of truth. It's fucking terrifying. Ooh, well, that's pretty good. I'm just tasting something I made for the first time. A milk clarified rum and mead cocktail. There's the other thing, I don't know what it's going to taste like till I actually taste it, because the clarification process, it's always a surprise. So it's why I do it, really, because it's always interesting and there's always little twists to be had. Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit obsessive about it. I got where I milk clarify a Scotch cocktail going live tomorrow night, and the sound's all fucked up on it, and I don't know if people are going to comment on that. We shall see. I basically made a mistake with the sound, and I didn't want to reshoot the whole video because I'm friggin' lazy. Man, that is interesting. It's got a little bit of, because it's got a fair bit of pineapple juice in that. And I can taste that. I feel like I can still taste the mead. Shieldsy, half your place is a boom zone. Does that mean bomb zone? I'm not sure what boom zone means. All right, this evening, Jackie Felgate from Channel 7 posted a photo of the nut job with his hand in the horse's mouth. Shut up a few of the nutters. Yeah, but journalists generally don't cover themselves in glory with this stuff. Was Emma Alberici an ABC reporter? Because I saw her posting the ridiculous bullshit of Black Lives Matter protests and Women's March protests being violent. Why is anyone treating these anti-vax fuckwits differently? And I would make 2 points saying the Black Lives Matter or Women's March protests were anywhere near as violent as it is a direct fucking lie and a trivially easy to prove lie. Second, why is it different? Fuck both sidesism, okay? It's like when you go like Black Lives Matter, the women's protest, actual, real, legitimate things worthy of protest. Every single person at those fucking anti-lockdown, anti-mask protests is fucking scum. They're absolute fucking garbage, endangering the lives of thousands. So get absolutely fucked comparing them to Black Lives Matter protests or the Women's March protest. Just get absolutely fucked with that false equivalence. It's factually wrong and it's morally contemptible. It's just fucked. Yeah. Fuck anyone who says anything about those fucking anti-COVID protesters that doesn't just finish with, and they're pieces of shit. So justifying their fucking stupidity, insanity, and the fact that, the core of them are, you do a bit of research and it turns out they're literal neo-Nazis. And it's like, Jesus fuck. Yes, Raiders. I was also surprised because that was like I said, it was a double barrel. It was factually incorrect and just morally contemptible to make the comparison. He one step forward, 3,000 steps back. True, yeah. And Greg, hello, sir. How are you doing? Probably shouldn't spend the whole night raving about these fuckwits, but oh, my wordy. They are dumb. I'm thinking of doing some dramatic readings, not necessarily now, but maybe even a pre-recorded video on YouTube, a thing I haven't done for a long time. I saw someone on Twitter and they had been delving into the like the Byron Bay hippie fuckwits who, think they know better than science. And it's Jesus. And the degree to which, they're going full QAnon and they've just been dragged into totally disconnected from reality bullshit. It's absolutely weird. Right, do you reckon close won't last the lockdown? Price for Premier, then prison cell. That's not how the Liberal National Party coalition works, but we can always hope for Bros in a prison cell down the line as well, for just blatant corruption. Yep. Oh, Shieldsy, Sydney is staring down the barrel of what Melbourne faced last year. Very extended lockdown, and they're also just apparently unwilling to take the really strict steps needed to contain it. Because nothing apart from a lockdown will contain it. It's as simple as that. So who knows what the fuck they're doing. So yeah, they're They're a friggin' tragedy, these people. The hippies who teamed up with fascists, essentially. It's incredibly disturbing to see. Hey, Salumi, how's it going? And yeah, Shieldsy, I think there's a lot of panic buying of tinfoil in Australia. A lot of tinfoil being bought. Yes, musical aviator. I mean, I'd been saying for a while, it's not, in Australia at least, it's not very helpful to sort of look at COVID and responses through a political lens because things change so much. But when you look at what's happening in New South Wales, and it seems very clearly governed by ideology, after spending the best part of a year going, we don't lock down like Victoria because we're not silly. And they completely ignored the fact that in Sydney and New South Wales, they were only dodging major outbreaks by sheer blind luck. And this time the luck ran out. They took far too long to do anything, and they still haven't locked down as strictly as they should have weeks ago. And the fucking wheels are coming off. So, and it seems to be ideology driven. Just from the outside, seems to be this freedom ideology is driving the half-assed nature of what they're doing. So, who knows? Hello, Safa. So, Steve Marshall trying to convince South Australia only going to be locked down till Tuesday. Maybe. Who knows? Look, I'm going to do a reading. This is I think it's an Instagram post from one of these Byron Bay fuckwits. Goes by the name Sally Mustang. Almost definitely not her real name. So she says, "Our freedom's not a joke. To anyone that is handing it over blindly, please stop. Educate yourself. Come home to your intuition. Make up your own beliefs and options and do not falter. Be ready to admit you may have been wrong or made mistakes. Be kind. Don't judge one another. Remember, science is a theory, just like magic. Pay attention to how history often repeats itself. Anything on Google isn't reliable, either is anything shown to you on TV. Find other sources and search engines to gather your information. Keep your fear in check. Spend time outdoors. Tell the people you love that you love them more often right now, even if you don't agree on everything. Look after your mental health like it's a religion. Look after your physical health and optimize your immune system with herbs, breathing exercise, organic foods. Start to grow your own food. Learn about soil. Support the arts, they tell history. Don't hand your power away blindly. Playing into fear, anger, shaming, judging, policing each other, doing what is told without question, these are all ways which you hand it away. Smiling, loving, dancing, breathing fresh air, growing your own food, finding water from source, movement, creating, having fun, making love, eating well. These are all ways you can take back your power. After all, a happy, healthy human being that loves themselves is the strongest force on this planet. Wow, there are, Jesus Christ. Yes, and Philip on Facebook, that person is just taking much more drugs. Chopper on Twitch. Hello. I'm ranting about idiots in protests and reading stupid Instagram posts from idiots. So, when one of your friends forwarded a joke message saying lockdown was extended But it's a dick pic troll. She didn't realize it. I was the first to see it. Now she's recalled it. Oh no. Musical Aviator, remember the Broadmeadows special lockdown? Had police road blocking Pascoe Vale and Camp Road. Yeah. And that, yeah. It needs to be the whole metro, though, not just a suburb or two. So when you're in Byron many years ago, all the Europeans were walking on the wrong side of the footpath, it drove you crazy, I know. And I fear the nut jobs as well. They're very dangerous. I mean, I also just want to mock that person for just really bad grammar and really poor writing. Just multiple things that make no sense. But literally giving themselves away when they say, quote, make up your own beliefs. Make up your own beliefs. What they're trying to say is make up your own mind. But it's like, make up things to believe in. And then the sentence, remember, science is a theory, all caps, just like magic. I mean, has anyone in all of history ever more clearly marked themselves as a fuckwit? I mean, short answer, yes, I'm sure they have. But that's just a cavalcade of outrageous stupidity and ignorance trying to masquerade as open-mindedness and enlightenment. Like literally saying, believe stupid, unsubstantiated bullshit over evidence-based science and reasoning is just like, what the fuck? And yes, Safa, it was a rather scary bit of news. The woman in her 30s died from COVID and she had no pre-existing medical conditions. Very bad. Oh, yeah. No, Salumi, everyone's ratting out the dickheads. People are so fucking angry at the dickheads. I love, and this is another thing these idiots get from their online forums and believing in this QAnon thing, that they literally think they're outside the law. It's like they think the law doesn't apply to them. So they go out and do stupid things that are going to get them criminally prosecuted. And then they're surprised when they get criminally prosecuted. Who was that? Sorry, I just saw something. I missed something. Dennis, the right to protest. What right to protest do you believe exists? I mean, to get me on board with talking about being able to protest is a right, but there is no legal right in Australia for a start. So, and what is an absurd generalization? 1992. And completely aside from any concept of right to protest, every single person without variation taking part in those protests is worthless fucking garbage. They are the most despicable cunts on the fucking planet. I despise them, all of them. And Musical Aviator, there's not a right to protest in the US Constitution either. There's freedom of assembly, I think, which can be interpreted however you want it. But yes, there is, and in terms, again, this concept that you can speak in absolutes, there's always a right to protest. Fuckwits being fuckwits and endangering people's lives. Dennis Webster, every single, I saw lots of them. They were all different sorts of cunts. Every single one of them. Every single one of them is the despicable filth, scum of the earth. This gross, disgusting mix of actual neo-Nazis weird suburban fuckwits who believe bullshit they see on Facebook, and hippie fuckheads. Every single one of them was worthless fucking scum. Absolute fucking filth. I despise them all. Thank you, Justin. I thought you might know US Constitution better than me. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. And both of which, I mean, when you see how laws have been enacted and enforcement's been enacted in the US, both of those have massive asterisks next to them. I mean, I think the freedom of speech amendment is something about Constitution. Congress will pass no law to limit the freedom of speech, but in the US, there are multiple things you can't do. You can't legally make threats of violence against people and not face prosecution. You can't legally incite others to violence and not face prosecution. There's, of course, slander and libel as well. See, Blake, Tom Tanuki's new video on this is really good. He tends to do good videos, actually. I saw on Facebook he had one. I haven't watched it. I was doing other things, but he tends to be good. Dennis Webster, every single person who took part in that protest, abuse of power, state overreach, was a cunt, a worthless, filthy, slimy, shit-eating cunt. Fuck them all. They are all, every single one of them, absolutely fucking despicable. No exceptions. Every single one of them is a fucking piece of shit. And you, by the way, are a boring cunt. Just throwing that out there as well. Bunch of self-absorbed, shit-eating fucking wankers. Just absolute morons, self-obsessed, believing bullshit, spreading bullshit, absolutely fucking contemptible users. So I should jump in jail for that square insurrection now. Look, it's the way the US works. No one is going to prosecute a president for something they did while they were president, because essentially, and it gets down to it, they all do something that they should probably be prosecuted for, and nobody wants to set the precedent for going after a president because their political opponents will do it when they get the chance. Noog, what happened? Oh, just dumb anti-lockdown, anti-mask, anti-vaccine protesters. Worthless, sniveling, shit-eating fuckwits. Every single one of them. Music Aviator, that's an excellent protest against COVID, getting a Pfizer shot. Did you get any side effects? Because there's a lot of variation. Most people don't really get any side effects. Some get mild, some feel a bit weird for a day or two. I'm not that far off getting my second AstraZeneca. I'm not rushing. If I was in New South Wales, I'd be getting it now. But because, well, I'm isolating for people and we don't have that many cases in Victoria, I'm not that worried. I'm going to wait for the full 12 weeks because the evidence was that maximizes the efficacy of it. So I think it's 2 more weeks. I'll have to look it up. It's either 2 more or 3 more weeks. And I'm going to get the second dose. But it's been interesting seeing friends on social media talking about what side effects they've had with fevers and whatnot. Well, yeah, Shieldsy, having been at and seen various completely legitimate and non-violent left-wing protests in recent years where the cops just fucking went mad with the biff on non-violent protesters. Fuck these worthless scum fucks and their absolutely valueless, petulant fuckery. Fuck them all. Yeah, it's just, oh, it's like, well, the various anti-nuclear and uh, uh, Black Lives Matter and women's rights marches, none of them were a threat to anyone's lives. These worthless, sniveling cunts are a threat to people's lives. Justin, you had no side effects whatsoever. Most people have no side effects whatsoever. So, Musicator, you were okay. So flip AM PM. So you were tired at 8 a.m., went to bed, slept for 12 hours, saw arm injection site. I had honestly the funniest side effect from my AstraZeneca. Dennis Webster, get fucked, okay? Stop defending those worthless, despicable cunts, okay? And no, those fuckheads got arrested and decided the law doesn't apply to them and started going the biff on the cops. And the cops still didn't go anywhere near as hard on them as I've seen them go on completely non-violent left-wing protests. So just get fucked, okay? You're a boring, repetitive, empty, meaningless shithead. Fuck off. Megaleech, were they social distancing and wearing masks? No, that's all a plot, mate. That's a plot. Yes, I have seen the various conspiracy around. It's just these no-life fuckheads are just like massing together like cancer. They're just fucked. I hate them so much. Ooh, wow, that's good. Yes, Salumi, good call. As opposed to some completely peaceful left-wing demonstrations where it did happen. None of these lockdown cunts were cornered in a train station and maced mercilessly. Fuck the cops. Two things can be true at the same time. All cops are bastards, and these fuckheads at these anti-COVID rallies are just absolute fucking pieces of shit. The two are not mutually exclusive. So no, you're 10 minutes from a hospital, mostly ripped and binned. Assume healthcare. Oh, I imagine healthcare workers get real angry when they see them. I mean, probably the weirdest and one of the most troubling stories I saw is, and this is particularly in the US, health workers talking about the just lunatic Trumpy QAnon fuckwits who still say COVID's a hoax, and they're in hospital dying, and they're screaming abuse at the staff like this is all fake and what are you doing to me, and these fucking idiots are literally dying from COVID while still spouting that it's fake and it's a conspiracy. It's having to go through that as a healthcare worker must just be Jesus. What would that must just be a mind fuck, honestly. Right? I think I've seen videos of Avi Yemeni getting arrested, which I find quite therapeutic. I think he knows enough to not aggressively resist a cop, because that's the other thing. These idiots who've gotten into the whole QAnon bullshit and whatnot, they it's like they literally believe the law doesn't apply to them, and they think the cops are going to play into their fantasy, and cops really don't like when people don't do what they say. And they go the biff, and it's like these morons are genuinely surprised when the cops go the biff. Again, people at the left wing protests are never actually surprised when cops go the biff, because that's what cops fucking do. But yeah, when these mob are actually aggressive and violent, and the cops respond in turn, they seem genuinely surprised. It's very fucking weird. Like, it's the one thing to do the contemptible shit that they do, but to think that they are above the law and they won't face repercussions is pretty fucking weird. Black Metal Heart, do whatever you like, as long as you ramble about the Constitution. That's what they think. That's literally. And what's worse is you get the people in Australia who ramble word salads about Constitution, and they're approximating what they've read online about the American Constitution as if that means anything. Adds troubled times we've been divided as a nation. But my short answer would be yes. But has it ever been such a thing where major high-profile media outlets and politicians actively attack the concept of truth? That feels comparatively new to me. I mean, okay, propaganda's always been a thing. Politicians have always lied. The media has always printed false stories and whatnot, or biased stories. But this shit, and I feel like it's been mostly spearheaded by the American Republican Party since the 80s, to just lie and lie again and double down and just keep going. It's really weird. Oh, yeah, Raiders. I think New South Wales cops are going to be well busy arresting people. And again, these dumb people who think that if they resist the cops aggressively, nothing will happen. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. Because the cops good with. And yes, Noog, an obligatory fuck Murdoch for sure. And yeah, big bad ads. The Murdoch media lies that have gotten so much more aggressive since the 80s. And it just gets more aggressive like year on year. And I feel like they've worked hand in glove with the Republicans in the US. It's pretty frightening. Sorry, musical elevator. I don't know I think some of the stuff that's gone mainstream now, like certainly in the last 4 to 10 years, would have been laughed out of the room 20 or 30 years ago. And it's freaky that stuff that is obviously, clearly stupid and not real gets mainstream traction. There's been people who make up lies and conspiracies and whatnot, forever, one assumes, and it's had greater and lesser degrees of sway over time, but geez, certainly the last few years have been very troubling. So, Justin, you think technically a court decision in the US can be used in Australia due to the fact both countries have common law, but different constitutions and law present that for now? Well, judges can make judgments in Australia, same as in most court systems around the world, and they could well be influenced by a judicial opinion from the US. If they thought a judicial opinion in the US was valid, judges have leeway where they can say, I'm making this finding based on this principle, but it can, of course, be challenged. Laws get made in two places. Laws get made in Parliament, and they get made in courts as well. Judicial findings set precedent. That's fairly common around the world. Once there's one judicial judgment, fucking go with the words, Angry, go with the words. Once there's a judicial opinion that's established, that then becomes precedent, and other decisions will be based on that. Of course, it can be challenged. There are always challenges. There are appeals and whatnot. And if something that becomes accepted in courts, people can decide politically they don't agree with it, and a law could be passed in Parliament to specifically contradict that judicial precedent, which would change things up. It's complicated. But it is what it is. And I suppose it was inevitable. I was just going to be talking about these things that make me angry, because I really fucking hate these people. But look, see, because it's also kind of gloomy and what I'm wearing my tiki shirt, trying to have a festive vibe, be all festive in a freaking tiki shirt in the middle of winter. I'm in the middle of winter. This is in Melbourne. This is traditionally the coldest part of winter. The second half of July is like traditionally the coldest part of winter. And I know anyone in parts of the world that gets lots of snow is just would be laughing derisively at me calling this cold, because it rarely, very rarely even reaches 0 Celsius, much less, a lot of Canadian friends who have to cope with -20, -30, -40 every winter. Um, so me complaining about cold is weird. Oh, Silumi, you're in the Udi mood. You're wearing one, ordered 2 more. Whereas I have just ordered a dozen of these Hawaiian style shirts. Oh my God, big bad ads. As long as I'm not carrying a tiki torch. Oh, wasn't that a thing? Oh my God. That feels like a long time ago. The fascist tiki torch march. Still 16 Celsius for you, Shirley. What do we got the next week? I think we're getting the first hints that we might be getting out of it. Bureau, tell me, what are we getting for the next week? Predictions that are probably completely wrong. We're getting a couple days of 16 or 17. The whole week is 15, 16, or 17. And the minimums are only going to 7 or 8. But maybe a lot of rain. So, kind of like the first hint that maybe, in August, we'll get some nicer weather. Raiders, I'm assuming you're talking to Justin there, saying about American law being used here. No, there's no American law that has any meaning in Australia, but it's not impossible for an Australian judge to be influenced by a major decision in the US. It's not impossible for Australian politicians to follow the lead of an American law being set. But in a direct sense, American law has no bearing in Australia, certainly. Oh yeah, no, guys, saw the heat wave, particularly the north, like people in Scotland and Ireland trying to deal with temperatures over 30 Celsius, and that's just not right for that part of the world. Not right at all for that part of the world. It's all relative. Like the incest section on Pornhub. All relative. So I hear. Why did I say that? Okay, cool. Yes, it's all relative. Like people. Oh, Slim, you got to go off. Few things to get to work for tomorrow. Take care. I look forward to seeing you another time. I also am going to work tomorrow. Just over there behind me is my workstation. So I'll roll out of bed at about 7 and fire up the old PC and off I go. Well, you get that music over there in Australia. If we think, oh, maybe a jacket is a bit fresh, in the UK, that's very warm. And in the UK, like they hit 30 Celsius, everyone's dying. And 30 is warm. 30 is absolutely warm. 30 is at the edge of being uncomfortably warm here. But I think my perfect weather tends to happen in spring. I like mid-20s and sunny. I love that weather. Where'd you get that, Safa? 32 in Kyoto, but the sand could reach 50 Celsius. Yeah, beach sand can get really fucking hot. Probably the silicon in this. I don't know what the science behind that is, but yeah. Justin, I have not seen ridiculous arguments being used against Friendly Geordies in court. I really hope Friendly Geordies wins that case. I hope Barilaro is humiliated by it. So, for a number of reasons, I think legally it's important that Barilaro lose that case. But Australia's libel laws are fucked, so I don't know if he will. But Yeah, this is another thing. Like a lot of lefties dislike friendly Geordies for his rather arrogant attitudes, and he has said a bunch of misogynist and racist things. He's very derisive of what's generally known as intersectional politics. Um, the way he's kind of married to the Labor Party weirds me out a bit. But you can dislike him, and if you and still think the case against him is terrible. The two don't have to be linked; they're mutually exclusive. Your opinion of him and your opinion of the lawsuit brought by Barilaro, two different things, or can be two different things anyway. So yeah. She goes, you won't be through kitchen traffic in the morning. I tend to be the first in the kitchen in the morning, definitely. But can be very bad. Sorry, doing the whippersnipper the Savo, was that to fight off the cold, or it's just you were doing it anyway and the wind chill was a bit nasty? I had my little afternoon walk, and it was a bit fresh, but I just rugged up, wore gloves, had a scarf, all those things. Bit of a bracing walk through the park. So if you don't want New South Wales turning in the USSR, yeah. I personally think Barilaro's court case against Geordies is complete bullshit, but he might win because Australia's libel and slander laws are really fucked. And I don't have a lot of faith in the New South Wales judicial system, quite honestly. But who knows? Who knows? But yes, I will say unequivocally, I hope Barilaro loses that case. I think it's quite important that he does. I'm just really worried that he won't. I'm worried that he will win the case. But yes. We shall see. I have no idea how long that's going to drag on, and I don't know if anyone's looked into it. If there's been predictions on how long it would take the whole thing to happen. Safa, Bruz is not allowed to legally use New South Wales taxpayers to fund his court case. Doesn't mean he's not going to try, but he is not legally allowed to. Someone who knows law better than me, feel free to contradict me, of course. But my understanding is Bruz is bringing in a private lawsuit. It's completely outside of politics. So my take would be it would be illegal for him to use taxpayer funds to fund the court case. But I am not an expert. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. Raiders, where I'm bang on with friendly Geordies is the pro-union, anti-LNP stuff. I don't think he's ever said anything on those things that I disagreed with. I just think from what I've seen, and again, I'm hardly an expert. I don't watch that much of what he does, but from what I've seen, his take on things is a bit one-dimensional. But we shall see. But yeah, like I said, certainly like his pro-union, anti-LNP stuff, 100% on board with. But yep, I think he was a bit disappointed with the last state election. I think he thought he could sway some youth vote, and the voting pattern said, no, you can't. You really can't. No harm in trying, though. No harm in trying. So you just, and I think you should keep trying. Definitely keep trying. Oh, Kirsten, I was going to ask you about Australian rums, but I know that's sort of the weak point in your booze knowledge. So, because I'm right at the point of using up a couple of my rums, and I would like to replace them with Australian rums. And ideally, one I haven't tried before. So, I went on the Steve the Bartender Facebook group, and I did get a few suggestions, actually. So, what did people say? The Husk Distillery, Milton Rum Distillery, Jimmy Rum, Mad Monkey Distillery, Bricks Distillers, Inner Circle, which I've got. Think Jimmy Rum's a good suggestion. Nice. Raiders, you were disenfranchised with politics in 2030s. Yeah, look, it's possible to get some people in, but so many of his things are right wing, like being pro Jordan Peterson and whatnot. There was one of the funniest things I ever saw was when Friendly Geordies was on Twitter, rightly went hard against Avi Yemeni, and they were having a little, and there were reply comments from a bunch of Friendly Geordies fans going, "Oh no, Mum and Dad are fighting," and I don't know what degree of introspection young Jordan is capable of, but I would put some real strong thought into why are so many of my fans also fans of Avi Yemeni? What is it about my message and the things I say that appeal to people who like Avi Yemeni? Not sure if that sort of thing occurs to him. Because, like I said, he's been very open in his derision at the concept of intersectional politics, which I think is very important myself. But he sees things one way, from what I can see. Oh, yes, Kirsten. Yeah, but of course, the Archie Rose rum sold out straight away, besides being a bit rich for my blood. Oh, Shieldsy, Water's getting a look in. Don't you worry. Raiders, you may or may not be right that Geordie's may have changed his opinion of Jordan Peterson, but he was extremely pro Jordan Peterson at a point where Jordan Peterson had already revealed himself to be an utter cunt. Oh, the rum didn't sell out immediately, but it's probably sold out now, isn't it? Bricks is near you in Sydney. All right, I'm going to look up Jimmy Rum. Jimmy Rum. What is jimmyrum.com.au? Rum, respect, rambunctiousness. Oh, they're doing cocktails as well. Ooh, a rum Negroni. No, thank you. You fucking give me. Ooh, Jimmy Rum Pinot. A cane spirit aged in Pinot wine barrels. Hot damn. They've good thing. Okay, shop. What do they have in their shop? Rum, mixers, hand sanitizer. Pinot, $95. Silver, $85. Oat 105, Barbados 115. Ooh, Navy Strength White. Okay, glad you're getting close to talking my language there. Ooh, and you're right, it's 72%. It's almost like buying 2 for 1. Yes. Black Metal Heart. You hated Peterson since he told you to clean your room. Have you seen the pictures of him being all fucked up in a really messy room? Hey, Celtic. I think AZ's okay. He was here the other night. Haven't heard from him recently. Oh, yes, Raiders. If you like coffee, I think that Blasphemy from Archie Rose is going to be killer. It's going to be amazing, I think. But I don't like coffee, so I'm not getting it. But I think for coffee lovers, I think that's going to be a killer whiskey. Oh, okay. Jimmy had a really expensive one too. Let me check. It's sold out, but the Queen's Cut. Distilling term for a cut in the spirit run is considered the sweetest part of the run. For us, it's the last 10 to 12 litres. 10 to 12 litres of our hearts, a little of the tail from silver distillation run. Collect several runs, put it in a barrel to mature. Queen's Cut. What's the ABV on that? Doesn't say. I always want to know the ABV. That's how I decide if I'm going to get it. There were a few limited ones that ran out. Or the Barbados import strength. 65%. Okay, that's wussy. That's wussy. The 72% from Archie's beefier than that. Hey, Nettie. Hello. Oh, yeah. No, Jordan Peterson absolutely lives in a glass house. Almost killed himself by following his own advice. It's ridiculous. Oh, you know what? I'm going to drink some water to keep Shieldsy happy. And also just because I should drink some water. But I got some limoncello in the mail. And I haven't even tried it. I had limoncello, and I thought, I like lime. I want to try limoncello. So I got some limoncello from an Australian distiller. Very green. Get that crack from the first opening. Hello, Chris. Man, that smells really limey. Just going to have a little taste of it. Think of a drink to make with it another time. Ooh, packing for a move, Chris. Okay. So Kirsten's confirming Blasphemy is a banger. Actually tried it. Yes, I think absolutely. If you're into coffee, that Blasphemy from Archie Rose is going to be a special one. All right. So, what's their white navy strength though? But what strength is it? I need to know the ABV. It's like you click on the picture and it's actually smaller. Is it bad that I just want to know the ABV? How pissed is this going to get me? Celtic Human bottle opening ASMR. Oh yeah, no, Black Metal Heart. What did Jordan Peterson do? That stupid all meat diet nearly killed him. He got addicted to meds, and again, no judgment because he actually had suffered quite severe trauma, and addiction of one sort or another is a very common thing. But then his daughter gave him COVID, and he almost died in Russia. I think he was in an induced coma for a while. Jemme, hello. Jemme on Twitch. ABV of what? I was looking at some rums, my friend. A Navy strength white rum from an Australian distiller, Jimmy Rum. I like the idea of a strong white rum, actually. I've got a really strong dark rum, which is another Australian one, 75% or 75.9%. So, okay, Jimmy is a Victorian distiller. So the founder has a little thing. 20-year career at sea as a marine engineer was coming to an end. I started a ridiculous rumor of opening a rum distillery. The idea started to grow, and before I knew it, I was on a trip to North America, the Caribbean, and Europe to do some deep, thorough research on craft distilling. Arriving home, well and truly bitten by the craft spirit industry, I was inspired by the incredible passion that distillers had for their product and craft. So there you have it. Who'd have thought a throwaway line would come true? What started as a ridiculous rumor is now Jimmy Rum, a passion project to distill premium craft Australian rum. Join us for the journey. I am very tempted. So, all right. Anyway, low ABV, some limoncello. Oh my goodness, that's good. Whew, that's really good. Um, Shieldsy, I have Queensland rums from Beanley, and I think I was looking. I thought I had a dark um, Bundaberg, and I couldn't find it. So maybe I finished it and forgot. That happens. So I've got a couple Queensland rums. Raiders. I don't think Peterson's qualifications are bogus, such as they are. I think he just talks outside of his area of expertise all the time. Gemme, yes, the silver is 40%, but they've also got a navy strength white rum. I'm real interested in a high ABV white rum. Ah, sorry, here it is. Higher than 57%. 57% for 105. 40% for 85. So half again. It's 40. I am very tempted by their navy. Very tempted. Very, very tempted. Wait, what is this website where I bought the Beanley rum? I've kind of forgotten how much Beanley rum costs. Oh, new pre-mixed. What do we got? Checking. Oh, 23rd Street do a rum. I didn't know they did a rum. There you go. Okay, so wow, Beanley is noticeably cheaper. Oh, okay. Thanks for helping me with that ABV, Gemma, by the way. Navy strength 57.8 ABV. Ooh, thank you, Kirsten, for all the other suggestions. Rum distillery in WA called Illy or Tender. I have seen their stuff advertised. One in Corona called the Hoochery. Cairns, there's a distillery called Mount Uncle. Oh, nice. I literally just did a price comparison, and Beanley, which I've been getting, is much cheaper than Jimmy Rum. But maybe like Jimmy Rum's like an artisan one. Little bit special. Maybe I should treat myself and get some. Treat yourself. Get something a little bit special. I mean, Beanley make the inner circle. I've got the 75.9% alcohol. That's an intense rum. Oh, Jemay, sorry. I multi-stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Most people watch me on YouTube. Some people watch on Twitch, some people watch on Facebook. Most people watch on YouTube. So that's why whenever I mention you, I mention that you're on Twitch, because all the people watching from YouTube is going, who the hell is he talking to? Talking to someone on Twitch. I use StreamYard to multi-stream because it's very easy and I don't like complicated things. Although in theory, I'm going to learn how to use OBS at some point because it does all sorts of neat things. But I had a brief look at it and it confused me and I went, bad thing, hurts my brain, go away, bad thing that hurts my brain. Oh, sorry, I was also going to look at the Jimmy rum because I think they had a thing that they had batch cocktails as well. Jimmy rum mixes, gift packs, merchandise. Oh, that's their... God, I've ended up on their Instagram. They do an old-fashioned, a Negroni, daiquiri. I can make those. I don't need to buy those. What do they have in mixes? Cocktail bottles. Stormy Jimmy at Home, Classic Mojito Kit, Cuba Libre Kit. Okay, what big bottles of cocktails do they have? Negroni. Don't want that because I fucking hate Campari. Lady Marmalade, Jimmy Rum, Montenegro Amaro, smoked vanilla syrup, Fee Brothers Orange Bitters, smoked before bottle. Okay, that actually sounds good. That sounds good. That's like a Black Manhattan, a rum Black Manhattan. That actually sounds... I could make that. I might make one of those on my own and see if I like it. I don't have smoky stuff. I can kind of sort of do smoking. I get some herbs and I've got a flame to, and I could kind of sort of smoke. Rum old fashioned. Now that's made me want to do a rum Black Manhattan. Kirsten, you're right. Yes. Okay. If I buy from Jimmy Rum, I'm not a drunk. I'm nobly helping local business. Yes. Yes. Rely on cellar door sales, which they don't have due to lockdown. Safa, I think it's just better to drink cocktails. There are certain cocktails that people call summer cocktails and certain cocktails people call winter cocktails, which I don't really adhere to, but like really bright, fruity things tend to get called summer cocktails, things like, daiquiris, margaritas, etc. Oh, shit. Jimmy, I thought I switched that off, the chat thing. See, I don't know Twitch at all. Okay, I'm going to try and change that. I do not know Twitch at all. I had to have a limit on it. Look, okay, there you go. I just changed it. I had to have a limit on it at some point because I did actually have a little bunch of trolls being dickheads. So, but I'll switch it back to 0. Thank you for actually pointing that out to me. Actually, Shizzy, I'm definitely going to get drunk in the future. Just when is the question. Yeah. So, Safa, when people talk summer, winter cocktails, summer's like bright and fruity vodka or white rum or gin and fruity stuff. Winter is the stirred stuff with like the darker spirits, the rums and whiskeys and vermouths and whatnot. But me, I just try and mix it up, quite honestly. Robert on Facebook, it's too early here. Where are you? I tend to get people with insomnia from different time zones sometimes. Yeah, as much as I'm tempted. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. You stuck around to see if I was radical. Well, I was kind of picking fights earlier in the stream. Stella's 20 from bed. May fall asleep anytime. That's completely legit. That is absolutely completely legit. Um, yeah. What is it? Just after 9. I'm a teeny bit tempted to do this rum Manhattan now. Vanilla and bitters. Fuck it. I think I will. I think I will. That just sounds like a good drink. Um, do, 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 do. There you go. Difford's has the exact thing I was looking for. Black rum Hatton. So they reckon 50 mils rum, 20 mils vermouth. Okay. So, but I'm going to do the Amaro Montenegro. And some bitters. Kirsten, you just made a rum Negroni with the last of the bricks. Nice. Yes, Jemmy, that is a very good summary. Summary. Talking about summer. Summer drinks would originally have been based on seasonal fruits, etc. Oh gosh, Stella, you've been chopping wood and the fibromyalgia is playing up. No good. No good. No good. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to fuck around. I'm just going to build it in the glass. It's not very complicated. All right. I'm not going to smoke it though. Okay, which rum? Which rum? Not the inner circle. That's too strong. Might do this one. Do the Diplomatico. I need a jigger. Oof. Okay. All right. I won't make a very strong one, actually. I'm going to turn things back a bit. Right, some rum. Ooh, can't settle down, son. Some rum. I should have got the Mara in Montenegro while I was up, but anyway. Right back. I think the Amaro Montenegro is around the back. It is. All right. A little bit of the Amaro Montenegro. Do 3/4, I think. Half as much. And might put a teeny bit of sweetener in. Ooh, what's this date syrup like? That's probably too strong, actually. It said vanilla. I'm going to put a tiny bit of vanilla in. Vanilla syrup. A little bit of vanilla syrup. And some bitters. Angostura is still here. Oops. All right. A little bit of bitters. All right. That'll do that. Simple drink. Simple drink. Thanks for dropping by, Jermaine, by the way. Gee, it's just the Australian accent, I think. Right? Oh, God, Annette, I raved so much about those fuckwit protesters. Sydney's in a terrible state. And yes, I agree, Stella. Fuck those dickheads. I did spend the first part of the stream just really raving. And I'd attracted a couple of dickheads. So. Net, I think we might get some loosening of restrictions on Tuesday. Probably not a lot, though. Man, that smells good. Ooh. Oh, fuck yeah. Man, I might make that for my, I'll make that for my channel. A black rum Hatton. So if you want to get in Vic, you crossed the border into New South Wales, man. You can't be doing it. Oh, Nettie, Flat's not a great place to be riding out. I notice all the pictures you've been posting, though. You've been doing your daily walk through the CBD. I'm hoping, you can at least have a visitor in your home after Tuesday. I don't know. I got no privacy, no outside area. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping there's some loosening of restrictions on Tuesday. Maybe be able to do some more. I mean, even just for their sake, venues. I hope venues are able to reopen, even with limited numbers, because it's so fucking difficult for people whose businesses are being fucked over. Furphy, hello. You hoping for some loosening? Well, I tell you what, Nettie. If they, when they have relaxed restrictions, so it can go at least 10 kilometers, and basically when I can go to work, because when we're allowed to go into work, which is not at the moment, Mrs. Angry goes into work on Tuesday, so I might as well. My work's in the city, so if you're up for it, when we're allowed to do that, I'll come in on a Tuesday, and we can catch up for lunch or for after work or something. Furphy, oh, you're in Sydney. Feel bad for you. Yeah, you are not getting any easing of restrictions for a while because shit's out of control there. So I love the idea in the abstract of business making cocktails. It's just it's hard work. The margins on beverages is a razor thin. I'd rather do it for fun. Nettie, okay, you're up for that? So when we're allowed to like have a visitor or whatever, or like when the travel distance is basically when it's viable for me to go to work. So basically, Mrs. Angry goes to work on Tuesday, so I might as well. I'll come in on a Tuesday, and we'll catch up. Whether that's, I mean, it's not going to be this Tuesday. Will it be the next Tuesday? I don't know, but we'll do that. Oh yes, Kirsten's also in Sydney. Yes, and Ali turning 18 on Tuesday is pretty wild. Well, my youngest turned 21 this year, so hot damn. Oh, Furphy, lockdown for a month. Feel few, you're getting what we got last year. It's literally the only way to keep it under control. We end up with the rest of the world with tens of thousands of cases and thousands of people dying. Even with the level of control we had like 800 people die in that like 4-month period in Victoria. It's bad. Oh yeah, Black Metal Heart. If you have to try public transport with people who don't want to wear a mask, and just imagine you're getting a bus and not mask wearing dickheads abusing drivers. And that's why I hate those fucking protesters today, because they're such self-absorbed pricks. But a whole bunch of them are going to be really shocked to learn that they're going to have a criminal record, and that affects your life. Furphy would be nice for a friendship bubble. Oh shit. Oh no. If you're alone, oh god. Yeah, see, okay. I've always thought the people for whom it's hardest are people living alone. Sucks. I really feel for you. People with kids under 5, because I had a friend with a couple kids under 5, and I think it was driving him crazy last year. And people in a bad domestic situation, like where psychological or physical violence being visited on. That shit is hard. Um, I still think the restrictions and the lockdowns are necessary, but I fully acknowledge they're fucking hard. And yes, I heard that too, Net, that those fucking protesters were going into shops and the people saying you have to wear a mask in there and they're screaming abuse at them. They're the scum of the fucking earth. I hate them so much. Oh, Furphy, you stream on Twitch as well. Yeah, I literally started these streams in like I don't even remember, April or May last year. And it became a sanity thing to just hang out. And oh, sorry, this is one of those drinks that every time I have a sip of it, I go, man, this is a really good drink. I am absolutely making this for my cocktail channel sometime soon. Black Rum Hatton. Oh, it's really good. It's really good. Oh, yeah. There were several of them that were roided up. And I reckon a lot of them would be on the fucking speed as well. Because a lot of them were very hyped up and angry. They're a dangerous bunch. I just realized, yeah, okay, I might as well start planning for my all this week's cocktail videos are done and uploaded and scheduled. So might as well start thinking about the following week. Starting on the 2nd of July, 2nd of August. Fucking hell, we're going to be in August. Okay, there's nothing good on drink days. 16th is rum day. I might do the rum Manhattan for that. Oh, that's the other thing I want, the Difford site, because they do cocktail of the day. So if I look, what is it on August? Oh, I can't spell. August 2. Okay, Peter O'Toole's birthday. What a massive pisshead he was. James Baldwin's birthday. All right, that doesn't inspire me. What's on the 3rd? Watermelon Day. Watermelon Day. Who would have thought about it? I actually don't like watermelon. A lot of people like watermelon. I don't like it. 4th of August is allegedly Champagne's birthday. I don't like champagne or sparkling wine generally. Nice stuff. You look up today's Lamington Day. I think I did see that. Yes. Oh yeah, no, Nettie. I think the conspiracy theories and meth is a bad combination. Bad combination. Nettie, the watermelon racial thing's only in the US. It's never really been a thing here. So reputedly, on 4th of August, 1693, the Benedictine monk Dom Perignon invented sparkling champagne, like managed to have the wine they were maturing be effervescent, and ran to his brothers and said, "Come quickly, I'm drinking the stars." It's Obama's birthday. There you go. Well, these are all uninspiring, so I think I'm probably going to end up just doing random cocktails, quite honestly. It's good. Richard Burton's birthday. See, none of this stuff's fucking setting me on fire. I'm just going to go random. The Savoy's birthday. Henry C. Ramos's birthday. I am not making a Ramos gin fizz. Has anyone ever seen a Ramos gin fizz, by the way? Um, oh my god! So Ramos Gin Fizz is a thing that the ultimate bartender trick is it's a tall drink with foamy, and you pour this soda in the end, so the foam goes above the glass in a solid thing. To properly make a Ramos Gin Fizz, it takes like 10 minutes. You've got to shake it to buggery. You've just got to keep shaking it and shaking it. And then you refrigerate it, and then you shake it some more. And then you pour some soda in the thing, which makes this foam rise above the top. Ramos Gin Fizz is a ridiculous cocktail. Apparently tastes pretty good, but I am absolutely not going to try and get a Ramos Gin Fizz. Oh, sorry, Black Metal Heart. You tried to book a Pfizer shot, got told October. Apparently, just rocking up is a thing to do. Just rock up, and you might get it because they might have a dose. What is the 7th? Okay. So none of that stuff. I need to look up these silly on this day things. National Day in August. What silly national days do we have in August? First week of August. Let's go. Mahjong Day, Girlfriend's Day, Friendship Day, Colouring Book Day, Georgia Day, Watermelon Day. I did see that one. Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, Underwear Day. Nice. IPA Day. That's a good one for beer people, but I really dislike beer. Wiggle Your Toes Day. So the first Thursday in August is IPA Day, and the first Friday is Beer Day. Good for beer lovers. I just really don't like beer. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting one of those weeks where there's no like national days or anniversaries that really grab my attention. So I am just going to be random. I'm just going to find some cocktails I like the sound of. So maybe I'll do the Black Rum Hatton, because this is class. This is a class drink. Ooh, August 3, Grab Some Nuts Day. Look out. Barmer's Birthday. Cycle to Work Day. Beer Day. Okay, yeah, no, none of that shit's grabbing me. I'm just going to come up with some random stuff. Suffery's Beer Blend. Beer is sour. Ooh, yes, Kirsten, those passion fruit fizzes at Patient Wolf. And that's not quite a Ramos Gin Fizz, but they had to shake them a lot. Kirsten and Nettie and Abigail and I went, and Kirsten's husband went to the Patient Wolf distillery, which is actually not far from where I live. And we had a couple drinkies and got shown their whole distilling process. But yeah, there's one, they had a passion fruit fizz. They have to shake it heaps. They get a serious workout shaking that one. Oh, Nettie, you're a genius. Use my Lux Brew samples. Yes. The only one I've used up is the Acacia Wattle Seed one. Yes. Yes. Nettie, you're on board. That's a winning plan. Absolutely. I'll do. Okay, that's a plan. I might make the Black Rum Hatton something with the Lux Brew. I've just got to think of one more because I like to do 3 a week. Something milk clarified. Maybe my milk clarified cordial I've been making. I kind of promised people I would do it. So I might do my milk clarified cordial, which is a very good multi-purpose thing. It's a very good sweetening syrup for cocktails. Also good for people who don't want to drink alcohol because it's friggin' amazing. You just add soda, use it as a cordial and add soda water to it. It's really good. Sorry, swimming an overrated sport. I don't know. Swimming can be pretty exciting. I think Australians overrate swimming because they do well in it. Kirsten, also a good question. What spirit haven't I used recently? I should re-look at what I've been posting on YouTube. Subscriptions. Is this thing subscribed to Angry Cocktails? Kind of feel like it should be. It is. Okay. What ones have I look at the recent videos? Okay. So, tequila, absinthe, rum, cherry. So I kind of mix it up quite a lot, actually. Rum. Okay. Just throwing it out there. I do a lot of rum. Rum. Sazerac. So that's cognac. Rum. Then there's Bad Decision Juice with Charlie. Irish whiskey. Another daiquiri, so more rum. Martini. That was gin. Martini, gin. Fernet. Bourbon. Alabama gin. I don't know, I've been mixing it up a fair bit. Yeah, I was thinking what I wanted to do, and because I've had friends over for a couple of videos, but I'm going to get someone over. I want to do a whiskey tasting, I think, because I've got all these different whiskeys. I want to see if I can tell what my different whiskeys are if I do a blind tasting. Like have a couple of really different Australian ones, and then have an American whiskey and an Irish whiskey, like about 6 whiskeys, and just do a little taste and see if I can guess what they are, because I've got some really different ones. And I probably won't guess it at all. But also just have someone else with me and they can just taste. They don't have to be trying to guess. They can just say what they think they taste like and which one's the best. Now, I do a fair bit of gin. I just got that limoncello. I should make something with limoncello, actually. Although, no, actually, the Lux Brew ones makes sense, actually. Maybe I'll think about it. I've got time. But this one, the Lux Brew lemon, the verbena, finger lime, and lemon myrtle, that's like limoncello on steroids. That's really good. Ooh, Kirsten, you've already got me excited and interested. You got a new release you want to tell us about. Nice. Okay, that's the other thing I wanted to look at. Cheetos. I'm still working my way through the bottled cocktails I got. So limited releases. I test molasses rum. Blasphemy is actually a really good price. Man, I wish I liked coffee, because the Blasphemy coffee whiskey at $89, that's a really good price. But I just do not like coffee, as just even a little bit of coffee. Do not like. But okay, that one I reckon is going to sell out on the first day. So, Safa, do I get an open breeze in my suburb? I am not that far from the bay. Ocean breeze is probably stretching it, but if the wind is coming off the bay, it's much cooler. Yeah, Kirsten, I wish. Oh, you'd be great. I would love to do it with you. Actually, with you, I would actually do. We'd both be doing the blind testing. We'd know what, say, 6 whiskeys were, and then get someone to pour them, and we blind taste them and try and guess which they are. Because I think I'd do very badly, honestly. Yeah, Kirsten, I was actually slightly surprised when I just checked the Archie Rose site, that blasphemy whiskey at $89. Fuck me, that is a real makes me wish I liked whiskey. Sorry, I love whiskey. Makes me wish I liked coffee because I really dislike coffee as a flavor. Um, damn. Oh, but I reckon that's just gonna go. That is absolutely gonna go. Kirsten, you don't think the blasphemy is going to sell out straight? Or maybe you know how much there is, actually. I don't know how much you have. I don't know. It's very hard to gauge with Australian distillers how much they have of a particular thing. Um, yes, Safa, it is ironic that I hate coffee living in Melbourne, a city that's incredibly obsessed with its coffee. Incredibly obsessed with its coffee. And I just absolutely do not like coffee. Not even as a flavor, like coffee flavored milk. You get ooh, that's interesting, Kirsten. You get more chocolate notes on the blasphemy than coffee. Yeah, I often, if I'm, have a dark chocolate liqueur, use it as a substitute for a coffee liqueur in things like an espresso martini and whatnot. Because I don't mind the level of bitterness that dark chocolate has. Um, but yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. A bit of a challenge. Okay, Kirsten, you do know how many there are, so it will be around for Christmas. Okay, so it's a big run. Okay, well, that's good. I think because especially like Mr. Black has really got people talking about coffee flavored drinks. So I feel like the coffee whiskey has a chance of really grabbing a hold of people. I guess I'd like the opportunity to taste it because if I tasted it, I might want to buy it. Same as the new premix cocktails from Starwood, um, like their version of a Boulevardier, which for branding purposes they've called a whiskey Negroni. I'd want to taste it because if it's really like Campari, that's too bitter for me. I just don't like it. Um, but I'd like the opportunity to taste those new premix cocktails to see if I like them because the new old fashioned is friggin' great. Yes, Raiders. That is a collaboration with Saint Ali, the Aussie coffee people. Ah, see, yeah, Safa. People who like dark chocolate usually hate milk chocolate, let alone white chocolate. I love white chocolate. Dark chocolate's okay. I'll have a little bit of dark chocolate. I fucking love white chocolate. So yeah, but serious chocolate people is that they were going about how white chocolate's not actually chocolate, and they're technically correct. It's cocoa butter, but I like it. I don't even know if Shields is still there, but I'm having some water. Talking about F1s, F1 next week. Ooh, nice. Mrs. Angry was watching some Olympics in the next room while I was doing this. There was some gymnastics on before I came out here. And all I think, I think two things when I watch gymnastics. One is I assume the gymnasts really pay for this in old age because I assume their joints are absolutely fucked from the amount of strain they put on them doing that incredible, incredible stuff they do. I assume their joints are absolutely fucked when they get older. The second thing, like watching people like on the beam and whatnot doing this amazing stuff, I go, God, what sort of horrible injuries did you get practicing that? Because you must have fallen and hurt yourself so many times. Ooh, Kirsten, if you get to send me a sample, I'll be all over that shit. Oh, the Hungarian F1 on the 1st of August. Okay. Everyone does bloody F1, don't they? Self-watch weightlifting. I saw a bit of field hockey as well. Australia were playing India, and I think there's quite a bit of rivalry between Australia and India. Actually, I think from memory, the fiercest rivalry in field hockey is between Australia and New Zealand because they have both in the last couple of decades been very good at field hockey and often ended up in finals against each other. So really funny. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Sophie asks Kirsten when's busiest. Kirsten says it's Christmas, 4 months leading up to Christmas. Very busy. Oh, seriously. Great, great fucking gift. Great fucking gift if you're in Australia. Some local distilled goods. Excellent, excellent gift. Oh, yeah, well, Safa, Russia has notoriously been good at ice hockey. But yeah, I don't know. We got an Aussie ice hockey team, but field hockey, Australia has done really well at field hockey for the last couple of decades. Yes, but oh, it was weird. That was the other weird thing. Watching the gymnastics, and they're incredible. World class gymnastics are mind blowing. But they're all doing their stuff, and there is no crowd there. There's no one in the stands because of COVID, of course. So it's just the judges and whatnot, and you just these racks of seats that are empty. It was surreal. It was absolutely surreal. So, yeah, don't mess with the IOC though. Well, that's fun, Kirsten. Your baby brother's best man is on the men's field hockey team. Nice, nice. Yeah. For whatever reason, Australia's been very good at field hockey since at least the 80s. But and I think that's women and men have been quite competitive in field hockey for quite a long time. It's weird. It's kind of like Australia's quite competitive in swimming, quite competitive in field hockey, not so much in athletics or gymnastics or basketball, anything else. I do find the obsession with doing well at international sports a bit weird. Look, I got Mrs. Angry into because I made mead cocktails. This bottle was up to here the other day. Now it's down here. This is a 30-year-old mead Mrs. Angry made. She was into winemaking in the 90s. And because I was making some drinks with it because it was mead day, she wanted to have some too. So that has gone down a lot in the last couple of days. Oh, Black Metal Heart, you reckon we've got a good chance of medaling in basketball this year? Oh, well, there you go. Holy shit, Kirsten, you've got 6 new releases from now to Christmas. So I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm absolutely going to keep an eye out. And yes, actually, Black Metal Heart, I think you've had the perfect answer to Safa. When did soccer get popular in Australia? Post World War II European immigration. That's when soccer took off in Australia. Oh, that's nice. I see. I don't follow sport very much, Black Metal Heart. You're saying we beat the US in an exhibition match. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. That sounds like the competition would be a little bit fierce in the basketball then. I know I would expect more from the women's team than the men's team, but maybe I'm thinking about different periods in history. But yeah. Oh, I mean, it's not that I'm completely disinterested in the Olympics. I'll keep a bit of an eye on it, but not that into it. But again, there is something about watching, world elite athletes competing in something. You even if you're like me and are just not into sports, you look at it and you can't deny it's a fairly amazing bit of human endeavor to compete at the elite level on a global scale is a pretty amazing thing. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. the whole thing gets shut down because of massive COVID outbreak or something. But it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're going to talk about what jerks the IOC are. Probably don't want to get too specific because I think they're probably really litigious as well. And I'm nowhere near as popular as Friendly Geordie, so if someone sues me, no one's giving me any money. So yeah, rumor is his legal defense fund reached $1 million in donations, which should give Barilaro pause for thought, but he's too much of a shithead to be very self-reflective, I think. Ooh. Oh, holy shit, Kirsten, your job is actually project managing the new releases. Nice. So you got 6 new things before the end of the year. Whiskey back soon too. Oh, I've still got the single malt over here. That's one I would definitely put in. I was thinking about this the other day. If I was doing blind testing, what would I put in? Okay, so I've got an American whiskey I'd put in, an Irish whiskey. I definitely put the Archie Rose single malt. Probably the Lark blended that I've got. Then you're up to 4. And then it'd be probably 2 Starwards. Like either Nova or Fortis. And probably the limited one I've got, the smoked one. Mesquite smoked one. Because that's 6 quite different whiskies that, on one level, theoretically, I should be able to tell apart. But on a practical level, I feel like I would completely fail to tell apart. But yeah, I just think that would be fun. Yeah, but I don't know. It's probably going to be weeks or months till I can have someone over to do a comparative taste test with. The last one I had ran over and she did a taste test with me, made daiquiris with 4 different sugar syrups. So it was the same rum and the same lime juice, just a different sugar syrup. And they were 4 quite different drinks. We actually had a different favorite. But yeah, we taste tested them each. Oh yeah, that's a bit more like that. And we had different favorites in them. But in that conversation, the difference between shaken and stirred cocktails came out. And I think I could have a fun little video comparing shaken and stirred cocktails, just given that someone's saying, do these taste different to you? What do you think is different about these? Ratings, you're confirming the $1 million for Geordie's was reached. The lawyers have it in trust. Okay, Kirsten, yeah, I have the Jameson Stout cask. Oh, the American, that's just Wild Turkey 101. It's yeah, very common. I got the Wild Turkey 101 bourbon. So you actually, okay, so Kirsten, what you're talking about is potentially having the same ones. You have Archie and Starwood, of course you do. Okay, this is maybe something we could do, like do it over webcam. Get someone to mix them up for us, work out which ones we have that are the same. Which Starwards do you have out of interest, Kirsten? Don't have the Mesquite, but you have Fortis. Well, we could do Fortis and Nova. We could do this. We could do this over webcam. Get our respective spouses to mix them up for us. So if we did the Jameson Stout cask, the Wild Turkey 101, Starwood, Fortis and Nova, Archie single malt, I mean, we can get pretty pissed on 5 whiskeys, even if we only do a little thing of them. That would be fun. That would be fun. We could do this. What else do I have from? I don't know if you have any of the other limited Starwoods. I think I still have Dolce. What is over here? Oh, and the ginger beer. Okay, on the Starwood front, I still have the Dolce and the ginger beer cask. Oh, okay. So, oh shit, do the ginger beer. How does that? That's like 6 whiskeys. Is the Wild Turkey 101 something you already have, or where is it? It's that one. Wild Turkey 101 bourbon. Pretty standard. Oh, that's the thing we could do. That would be fun. Hi, Celtic King, by the way. Ooh, you want to send me some 30ml samples? As if I'm going to say no to that. As if I'm going to say no to any samples, honestly. I mean, I'd love to do one where, you could just nerd out. Whether we did it about gin or whiskey or whatever. I'd love to do one where you just get to nerd out about, the differences between these and what it means and all that sort of stuff. Safa, all my streams are brought to you by various alcohol. Although, I have no idea if Shields is still around. Drinking water right now. I probably want to stop drinking even that. It's only 10 minutes to bedtime. Ideally, I won't have to get up. Oh, Black Metal Heart. Excellent pun. I love puns. It's a spiritual stream. Ooh, if you're sending blasphemy, just send some more. Oh. I mean, I have very limited reach, but if we could do some hype for blasphemy, honestly. Damn. Okay. Like I said, as if I would say no to you sending me some samples from your amazing collection. Would most definitely, absolutely do that. Well, yeah, if you're up for it, we could absolutely do that. Right, come on. Oh God, what's happening on Twitter? There was a story in the Pink News today. 5 charged with public sex act after Marks and Spencer bathroom turns into gay cruising spot. And one of my English internet friends, Dan Bull, he's fairly well known for his raps. He said, "Oh, YM&S, that's where middle-aged people and me go to get good quality beige clothes at sensible prices." So I'm just telling him, yeah, we actually had a really similar thing with a really similar chain where Myers change room was a gay pickup spot. And yes, Kirsten, I do know that that's just your mini collection in Sydney. Your proper collection is still in Melbourne. Are you moving it at some point, or are you thinking you'll move back to Melbourne? In your suffer, I did see that Hillsong megachurch member who'd been very aggressively anti-vax, anti-COVID on, like a COVID denier on his social media, died, and he was only in his 30s. Died from COVID. That almost makes me believe there's a God. Yeah, so all right, Kirsten, if you're up for it, I'm very up for doing like similar to what I did with Charlie with the bad decision juice, us doing stuff on the webcams that I can put on my YouTube channel where we do a whiskey tasting or whatever. Because I think you'd be more likely than me to get a blind tasting right. I think I'd I think I'd get a blind tasting really wrong. But it would be fun to try, even though I know in the objective these whiskies are really different. I'd probably have real trouble doing a blind tasting because, of course, even world whiskey experts can be fooled very easily. Oh dear. Oh, Kirsten, I don't know if I'm overstating. I think you're better than me. All I'm saying, Kirsten, is I think you're better than me, basically. Oh, you were moving it and it got cancelled because of lockdowns. Yeah, there you go. Celtic King, that's a fair thing. You want the anti-vaxxers to get COVID. You don't want them to die. You just want them to feel the discomfort of getting that sick. Yeah. I just don't think they're capable of learning. We brought this up earlier. Health workers in the US talk about trying to treat, sort of Trumpy QAnon COVID deniers who are dying. And these people, even as they die, won't stop saying stupid shit like, this is all a conspiracy. What are you doing to me? COVID's not real, as they fucking die. What do you do? What do you do with that? What do you do with that, quite honestly? But Kirsten, do you agree that that would kind of be a fun thing if we both tried to do a blind tasting and see if we could, like, about 5 whiskeys and see if we could guess which was which on a blind tasting? Because I think I'd do really badly, honestly. So, Radies, you sent me a tweet from the I actually followed the tweet of God, but if Twitter's been really busy, I can miss stuff. Let me see. Yes, no, I saw it. Okay, so the picture is a moron at one of these protests saying, "The blood of Christ is my vaccine," and the Twitter account, the tweet of God, which I think can be quite funny, responded, "You'll soon get to thank him in person." But there were a lot of people at these ridiculous fucking protests taking a religious angle about God will protect me. It's like, oh, fuck you, honestly. Oh, God, yeah, Black Metal Heart, Jesus. There was a harrowing article from a healthcare worker in Alabama having to tell people begging for a vaccine while they're being intubated that it's too late. Yeah, no, a vaccine does not help after you've got the disease. Ugh, Jesus. Yeah, I have to admit, the whole thing has made me have even less faith in humanity than I used to. Oh, nice, Kirsten. Yeah, of course, you need your internet fixed. Yes. Then maybe some samples. Okay, well, this sounds like a fun. We need in these fucked up times with us, we're being locked down, shitty things, bad news. We need things to look forward to. And yes, Kirsten, I think if we can line up a fun thing like this, something to look forward to, I think. That's a positive thing. I like that. I like that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I went quiet for a while because I was just thinking of that's positive. I like that. I just realized that's not great for a live stream to actually sit in silent reflection. It might feel good for me to sit in silent reflection, but not that good for a live stream. Celtic, are you going? Bye. I'll be going in a couple of minutes. Yes, after travel's a weird thing. So that's something that's going to have to be worked out in the next year. If someone has accreditation that they're fully vaccinated, what travel do they get to? Because, and this is the important thing, a vaccination is not a 100% protection against disease. It's not a 100% protection against you transmitting the disease to someone else. It's 90 plus percent. And the available evidence is it's very close. Full vaccination is very close to 100% protection against severe illness. Nothing's 100. Sadly, nothing is 100%. But yeah, so even, but you'd imagine at some point we'd get to the stage where fully vaccinated gives you certain freedoms. And yes, boosters, we're going to have boosters at least once a year. There's no, like people say, when will COVID go away? COVID's not going away. It is literally never going to go away. It will always be in circulation, may become part of our annual flu vaccination. And we need boosters every year. I'll be fucking taking them. I'll tell you that for free. So, yeah. It's just it's a thing. Over the next couple of years, we're just going to have to keep getting vaccine boosts. Oh, please don't stack that any higher. I already feel really bad, unsafe about it. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen and dish stacking going on, and my views on perilously precarious stack of dishes were ignored earlier, and someone was just going to stack them a bit higher. And I went, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll do that in the morning. Got one load of. I probably should have had the dishwasher on while I was doing this stream, but I didn't want the noise to distract me. So I'm going to put it on before I go to bed. And then there's another load because everyone's been cooking stuff. So it's pots and pans and plates. And again, cooking stuff is good. I like. Mrs. Angry made this really nice soup for lunch, a vegetable soup, sort of capsicum-based vegetable soup. It was fucking great. Young Angries teamed up to make spaghetti bolognese for dinner. And again, it's nothing as shitty as, wax some mince and a jar of store-bought sauce. No, there's all the things with the vegetables in it, and they blended it up, and they make a killer bolognese, actually. So I've been quite spoiled today. I had homemade soup for lunch, homemade bolognese for dinner. But that means there's a lot of pots and plates and stuff. I've got to put the pots on before I go to bed, and I'll put all the plates in the morning. Because didn't want the dishwasher on making distracting noises during the stream. Oh yeah, Safa, our vaccine development for COVID's been fucking miraculous. That just goes to show what happens when everyone focuses on doing this, because it's been amazing. There was an extended period where it's like, fuck, man, I don't think we're going to get a vaccine. I think we're fucked. But then we got multiple vaccines that work, and it's like, yay, go humans. So next year will be interesting. I still worry a lot, not so much in Australia, but possibly in Australia, but certainly pretty much the rest of the world. Europe, the Americas, Asia, I worry that the next 6 months in terms of cases and deaths is going to be worse than the previous 18 months. Maybe the death rate will go down because of vaccines, but case rate won't. So I really worry the next 6 months is actually going to be more chaotic than the previous 18 months. I hope I'm wrong. This is one of those things where it's like, Someone go, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I go, I hope I don't know what I'm talking about. I hope I'm wrong. I really want to be wrong. And obviously, this won't be a matter of opinion. We will see how many people get COVID and how many people die. But I'm kind of well. Because we thought Trump was lying when he said there were multiple vaccines somewhere. Well, Trump was lying. He didn't know anything. But yeah, there was. Yes, and I have seen this. The Sino vaccine, the Chinese developed vaccine, doesn't appear to be very reliable. And I do like we definitely have humans worth going yay for still, but that's 10 o'clock. It's bedtime, and tomorrow is a work day. So I am going to bid you fine people farewell. I hope you all look after yourselves. See you again soon. I won't be on tomorrow night. I'll be watching In Treatment with Mrs. Angry. But I'll probably be on Tuesday night. We'll see. We'll see. Who knows what the week will bring. But you'll look after yourselves. See you again soon. But